Thank you for tuning in. Woodsy here, and today we're going to be looking at the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Gnarhunters. Now, this is a pair I was going to try really hard to get. I managed to hit with flatspot, so thank you so much, flatspot. I've been quite lucky with them lately, and I really do appreciate it. Maybe it's because they know that I will either wear or collect them. I am not going to be just selling them. This pair is a collaboration with Gnarhunters, a brand established by Elissa, and it is such a great collaboration. Like the detailing behind this pair and sort of like the story and the way it all connects with her love of surfing and obviously with the brand Gnarhunters is absolutely fantastic. But of course, let's start off with the box. So it's your Nike SB striped box. It is the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Quick Strike Black White. UK 9.5, which is US 10.5. Now, flatspot do a really good breakdown whenever they release or raffle the Nike SB Dunks or SB products that are going to go on like a raffle release. They explain the breakdown of the sort of the design. The design behind the shoe and stuff like that. They're really good with the images and really good at breaking it down, so it's always worth checking out on their website. I will link it all down below. And also they did an interview with Elissa, and it is fantastic to also find out more about the detailing of the shoe. So obviously when you look at the shoe, it's black with white, so very simple, but I think it's very wearable. Now pretty much everything on this has a nod to something. Even the color scheme obviously goes with the Gnarhunter sort of like color scheme. They had a release of a Nike SB Blazer in 2019, I think it was. Very simple again, black and white, and it had some sort of like detailing to the swoosh. Really beautiful pair. I do not own them. It would be nice to have, but I think they're quite hard to get now actually. With a lot of pairs that are very easy to wear, people are going to wear them, and the actual quantity is going to diminish. This has, as I keep saying, so many details to it that I think even if you wasn't a fan at first, you start to appreciate it after looking or finding out the details. So let's start off with the basic stuff and then work on to the upper. So white at the bottom of the sole, black Nike SB Shield. You've got this solid black midsole with the black stitching, and then working up to this sort of very shiny, soft feeling material. I think they stated that it was neoprene, which is supposed to basically mimic a wetsuit, which is really cool. So you have that, yeah, around the toe box, eyelets, and around the back of the cuff. It has this, as I said, a really nice spongy feel to it. And when I first see these online, I think like a lot of people, you thought, well, that's going to be absolutely terrible for skating because it's going to rip really quick. But she does actually state on the little sort of interview with flatspot that there is either canvas or suede or leather or something behind it. So it will have a sort of structure and hold to it when you are obviously smashing this against grip tape. She also stated how this material here is almost like a terry towel like material, and one of the products, I think when they first established Gnarhunters, was a beach towel, so that's almost like a nod to that. And also it goes well with I think she liked the look of the Grateful Dead's, because I remember when they did the promotion for that, she was holding up the orange pair. So you have that on the toe box, behind the swoosh, and around the back of the heel. You've also got a similar sort of material, but I think it's a bit more durable in the sock liner, and I do think that's actually going to feel quite nice. And it again, as I said, it should be quite durable and not overly too, like, it shouldn't be too hot. It doesn't feel like it's going to actually make your feet sweat out. You have these sort of like it almost looks like ironed on sort of print in white, so you have Gnar on both heel tabs, and then Gnarhunters on the front of the tongue, and that tongue has that sort of neoprene feel again. I do feel like, I wonder how long that will last, but it is nice and bold print on there. And what's interesting with this is there's no tag at the back of that tongue, so it's just that sort of like nice soft material. Leading on, you have this sort of like elastic pull string that is attached, so even though you do have these weird skinny sort of like almost like shrunken SB laces in black, you would have to cut this out to actually remove the laces. But I really like the different sort of take on this, and obviously this is almost like that sort of like bungee or leash or whatever they call it, which attaches you to the surfboard, so it goes really well with the theme. And I really like it, in all honesty. But yeah, so again, working well to show the sort of theme they are going with, and it is quite different again, so I really like that. I don't know why I keep banging on about it, but it's an interesting feature to the shoe. These swooshes, removable. I think this is almost to be like the sort of strap that goes around at the end of this leash to attach you to the surfboard, and they've also waxed this with board wax. I find that really interesting, because I remember the only sort of like interaction with like a surf shop, because I've never actually been surfing, although I would like to try, is when I used to skate back in the day. There was a shop in Bromley which was like a surf shop, but had like a mix of stuff in it really. But I used to get sex wax. It had an amazing smell, it was quite cheap, but we used to just use it to like wax up a curb. So that's sort of like my only sort of like connection with surfing. But I love the fact that even these swooshes have been hand waxed with like a surfboard wax, which is really cool. And connecting to that surfboard wax, attached you have this little key ring which has their logo of the G and then Gnarhunter on the back, and it is a surfboard wax comb. Now I guessed that that's what this was, but I didn't actually know, because again, I've never been surfing. I don't know the sort of like how you apply the wax. I would have thought you just like rub it on, but obviously this is to help the application of that wax. And it's really cool if you actually are a surfer to have that little key ring come with. Really cool little feature with that as well. Now what I would have to say is all of these materials are beautiful, nice and soft, and have such a nice feel to them and look. These fit like what I can imagine a wetsuit feels like, because these are extremely snug. Like I wear a 9.5, which gives me a bit of a wiggle room. I could probably get away with a size 9, but these 9.5s are very tight. I had to really loosen up. I've slipped this one on. I had to really loosen up the elastic lace on this, and I do feel like they were breaking over time, and it is quite a comforting sort of like fit, but they are definitely tighter than most recent SB pickups that I've had, and I think it is just due to all of the materials that are all around the upper, basically. To the insoles, as I always say, it's always nice when a SB Dunk has interesting insoles. It has that sort of shiny neoprene sort of material on the insoles. On the left is black, and then you have this bottle of fun screen, so almost like sunscreen, in yellow. And then on the right, again, same material but in yellow, and then you have a snorkel. So again, always really cool when you have interesting insoles. And I'll give you a little insight, which is quite sad. Whenever I get a pair of Dunks, I take out the insoles, put them straight in the box, because I don't want to damage the print, and I put in footprint insoles. One, because I like the comfort of footprint insoles, and also I like to keep them pristine, because I'm just a weird freak like that. All round, these are absolutely wicked. She's done a fantastic job designing these. It just makes her even more of a legend. And yeah, these look really sweet on feet as well. You can't really go wrong with a majority black shoe in my eyes. But yeah, tell me what you think of these. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let's go to the on feet. It's Woodsy out.